So the beginning of a new era at Manchester City, and Vincent Kompany at the helm now. City take on Liverpool in the Community Shield, and then we play actually another big game. Two finals that kick off each time at Manchester City, with the UEFA Super Cup final against another fellow Premier League side who won the Europa League in Aston Villa. Things do not start easy. Two cup finals to kick things off for the new manager. So this is the side for Liverpool today. New signing Bart Verbruggen gets his debut, as does Destiny Udogie at left back. So Verbruggen and Udogie in there. Back for Livramento, Kusanov, Vardiol and Udogie. Captain Rodri in that midfield too, with Elliot Anderson, with Phil Foden in the 10. It's Semenyo off the right, Vinny Jr. off the left, and Erling Haaland, of course, through the middle of the bench. We've got Sangare, Carrizo, Nusa, Cherki, O'Reilly, Ait-Nouri, Diamande, and Lekeba and Sons as well as second choice goalkeeper. But it's a new era, a completely new team. Looking at it a little bit, I mean, 2 new players in there from last season. You've got, what, 3, 4 new players on the bench and more in the squad as well. It's definitely a new era at Manchester City, and we're hoping a successful new era under Vincent Kompany. Well, some memorabilia there at Wembley Stadium. Manchester City take on Liverpool. A whole new time, a whole new era at Manchester City. Treble winners last time out. Things are changing. Well, there's Phil Foden, the Tifo banner, as we are about to come out at Wembley Stadium. We beat them here not too long ago in the FA Cup final. Liverpool finishing second, still get to face us in the Community Shield. But we were Premier League winners, we were Champions League winners, we were FA Cup winners, we were treble winners under Pep Guardiola. Well, times have changed, times will change for Manchester City, times have changed. Well, Liverpool have also got a new manager, and they've also made some new signs. I tell you what, they are spending big. Well, the bench they've got Pesci, Van den Broek, Ferran Torres, Alexander Isak, Joe Gomez, Harvey Elliott, star of last season, Ugo Ekitike, does not even start. He was the player of the season last year, ridiculous in terms of goals and assists. He doesn't start for Liverpool, you'll see why. Curtis Jones and Timiskas on the bench. So Marashvili in goal, back 3 of Kubasi, Adam Leitao and Virgil van Dijk. The midfield of Diaby on the wide areas with McAllister, Gravenberch and Balde, and then the trident at the front, Florian Wirtz, Dominic Szoboszlai, and Kylian Mbappe has been signed by Liverpool. Wow! Real Madrid lose one of their biggest assets after losing in the Champions League semi-final. He goes to Liverpool. That is something I didn't expect to see. And we've struggled against them as Anderson goes and wins that one back. Doggie's a very interesting signing. But I'm hoping that things work out for us under Vincent Kompany. He's going to be here for the long term. Foden. Anderson is in here. Elliot Anderson! It's difficult to beat Baranashvili. City have the lead, and the first real competitive goal of the Vincent Kompany era is scored by Elliot Anderson. Played in by Phil Foden. Makes the drive from midfield. And Manchester City's number 8 gives us the lead over Liverpool. All day against Livramento. Back onto Mbappe. Wrong side here. Mbappe crosses. It's a poor cross. Diaby. Doggy stops it. Livramento away. Semenyo. Bad header. Szoboszlai. 1-1. Terrible header from Antoine Semenyo. He's tried to head it I've tried to head it forward. For some reason he headed it back. And Dominic Szoboszlai picks it up. From that position, his quality beats Bart Verbruggen. Doing what Vincent Kompany wants his side to do. Always need to counter-attack. Keep that control, keep that possession. Anderson. Haaland, who's playing a much more of a deeper role under Vincent Kompany. It's a great ball through to Foden. And on to Erling Haaland here. And Erling Haaland rifles one in the bottom corner. 2-1 Manchester City, and Foden's got both assists today from the 10 roll. And Haaland's first goal of the Vincent Kompany era. A very nice goal by Erling Haaland. Again, Foden in that space. Through to Haaland. Look at that. Rolls it in the bottom corner past Mamadashvili. Both sides have been pretty lethal in front of goal. Manchester City 2, Liverpool 1. Switch over to Semenyo. Tries to head it first time down to Haaland. Antoine Semenyo's gone down injured here. That could be bad news for us. Livramento. Good challenge by Tino. Back across towards Verbruggen. Plays it out so comfortably. That's what he's there to do. Anderson Udogie. Vinicius. Udogie. Foden. Brilliant play. Foden's in. Foden. Phil Foden's been one of the stars today. 3-1 Manchester City. And Foden with 2 assists and a goal. And he has been fantastic in the 10. He really has. Really good play by Phil Foden. And City lead by 3-1. What a performance against Liverpool. We don't usually do this against Liverpool, but we have today. Rodri back to Vardiol. Back into Rodri onto Kusanov here. Vardiol. Foden. Vinicius. Clipped in. Haaland wrong side of Virgil van Dijk. It's 4-1. And Vincent Kompany's Manchester City look really good on the opening day. 4-1. Now, this Liverpool side have had real good performances against us. We've struggled. I mean, we beat them in the FA Cup. We got a bit lucky, maybe. Late goals that led to the goals. You know, led to the win. Vinicius in. Haaland holds off Vincent Kompany. What? Holds off Virgil van Dijk. What a touch by Haaland this is. Here. Wow. That is something very special. And off the feet of Kmaladashvili. 4-1 Manchester City. Go on, tackle by McAllister. 71 minutes on the clock here. Looking to probably make more changes. So the slide ball through to Mbappe. We were wrong side of him. Mbappe! 4-2. He gets one chance and he scores it, killing Mbappe on his Liverpool debut. What a sign he is. Look at this, Kusanov. Not quick enough. Not good enough. Bruggen beat him for 4-2. Wirtz, oh, lovely skill by Wirtz here. Past Vinicius Jr. And past Ait Nuri now, Florian Wirtz. We're struggling here against him. Look back for Mbappe, and Florian Wirtz scores an absolute wonder goal, 4-3. Special player. That is class, 4-3. Like the FA Cup, it's going to be a 1-goal margin, 3 goals conceded from 3 very high quality goals from Liverpool. And that's something we need to work on as a team. Avoiding those situations, avoiding those kind of goals being scored against us. That is full time. Manchester City 4, Liverpool 3. We're Community Shield winners, and deservedly so on that performance, Manchester City. Finally, we beat Liverpool. We're getting the better of them at the moment. And Vincent Kompany, what a start to his managerial reign at Manchester City. And there is Rodri with the Community Shield trophy in his hands. Manchester City winners. It's more of a glorified friendly. It's a good start to Vincent Kompany's season, beating Liverpool. Hopefully much more of that to come in this season from this Manchester City side. And a big win against Liverpool, that is. Well, it's really bad news for Antoine Semenyo because he's one of our best players, but he's been suffering some injuries in the last few seasons, and the same again happens at the start of the new season. He's going to miss the first 3 months of the season, injured on the opening day against Liverpool, another broken toe, which he suffered last time, and 3 months out for Semenyo. Max Lane will leave the club. He's going to move to Burnley in a €7 million deal. He just unfortunately hasn't developed like we wanted him to. Another final four on Vincent Kompany's side. It's Manchester City versus Aston Villa. Europa League winners versus Champions League winners in the UEFA Super Cup final. With the injury to Antoine Semenyo, Ryan Shirky is going to come in on that right-hand side with Tino Livramento, Diamande, Vardiol, Ait Nuri the back four, Captain Rodri and Anderson in the midfield too with Foden in front, Vinny back on the left and Haaland through the middle. On the bench we've got Sangare, Carrizo, Nusa Makasa, Lukeba, Kusanov, El Hilali, Omar, and also O'Reilly as well. It's a strong side. Diamande makes his Manchester City debut. So match day 2 for Vincent Kompany is manager of Manchester City in another competitive game, another final, and another chance to win a trophy in his early time at Manchester City. There is the UEFA Super Cup, which he will be playing for today in a big game. So the UEFA Super Cup final here at the San Siro, I believe it is, which is not licensed here on the game. Verbruggen once again in goal, conceded 3 on his debut against Liverpool. Aston Villa have been doing really well. Unai Emery left. He joined Manchester United. I think he's been sacked since then from Manchester United. And instead, incoming Ruben Amorim taking over this Villa side. He's done a pretty good job with them. So Villa have got Bryce Samba, Svensson, Onana, John Duran, Franklin, Mbake, Watkins, Marlon, and Mateus Nunes on the bench. They start in a 3 formation. So Martinez in goal. It is Vermeesh, Konsa the captain, and Ozcan the back 3. Gisson, Tillemans, Barnechea and Illing Jr. in the midfield with Rodgers and Buendia in support of Sergio Guirassy up top. Remember, we beat this side 8-1 on the final day of last season. So Joshko Vardiol well played. Rodri. Diamande. Onto Verbruggen. Diamande. Rodri. Nicely done. Haaland. Oh, what a ball by Erling Haaland through to Shirky here. Ryan Shirky on a plate for Phil Foden off the post. To Rodri again. To Foden. Pressure on Concert. Livramento. Cherki, Livramento. Lifts one towards Vinny. Down to Haaland on the volley. Saved again by Martins and away by the opposition. Foden at times he's playing alongside Rodri. Or alongside Haaland as well. Very hard to mark out the game. Anderson. Rodri. Foden. Haaland here. Concert reads it well. Livramento. Wide to Cherki. Back over to Tino Livramento. Across the box here. Erling Haaland at the far post. And it's 1-0 Manchester City. And who else but Erling Haaland, who gives Manchester City a lead. Really good play. Really, really good play in the end. And it's fizzed across the box by Tino Livramento. And Haaland's there waiting at the far post for a tap-in. And he does tap it in. Good tackle by Diamande. Manuel back onto Diamande with his pocket pick there. Buendia. Garassi! Oh, Villa get one shot and score it. And that is so frustrating. Bit of a miscommunication with Diamande at the back. The first shot of the game by Villa goes in the back of the net. Take a pass. Anderson. Rodri Anderson. Look at that movement from Haaland here. Foden. Back onto Haaland. That is absolutely brilliant. And here is Erling Haaland. And he's powering through here. Erling Haaland for Manchester City. And he's at the post. What a miss from Erling Haaland there. Better than Vita Heis. Or cut out here by City Noosa. Nice feet by the Norwegian. Rodri in towards Cherki. And what a back heel through to Haaland here. Who surely doesn't waste this one. He doesn't 2-1 Manchester City. Lovely back heel by Ryan Cherki. Haaland doesn't waste that chance. 2-1. What an assist by Cherki through to Haaland. Through on goal. He's second of the game. It should have been a hat-trick, if not more. Tillemans. Cut out by Aitnuri. Into Vinny. Into Haaland. Oh, what a ball by Haaland to Cherki here. Ryan Cherki onto Vinicius Jr. to kill the game. 3-1 Manchester City. That is game. And City lead by 3-1. Vinicius Jr. What a finish. What a bit of play. Cherki with the assist. And that is game. Haaland again with another really good pass through, which I've really enjoyed his all-round game, which is part and parcel of him being in this side. Sangare. Lally. Fires one through to Maher Carrizo here. And here's the young Argentinian Carrizo. Onto Cherki. And City throw away a chance there. Maybe we should have played it earlier to Cherki. Once again, cutting through the opposition with using the goalkeeper really well. Arachea. Jr. And that is full time. Manchester City 3, Aston Villa 1. We are UEFA Super Cup winners. Vincent Kompany wins 2 trophies in his first 2 games for Manchester City. What a start to his life in charge and taking over from Pep Guardiola. Well, there is Rodri, the captain, stepping up to lift his 2nd trophy already this season. A treble-winning captain last season alongside Ruben Diaz. And now he's already lifted a double. Manchester City UEFA Super Cup winners. We are champions of Europe in a sense, beating Aston Villa, the Europa League winners. And what a start to Vincent Kompany's life for Vincent Kompany at Manchester City. This has been an incredible start. Can we keep up the level we've set? Well, the Premier League's a long way to go. The FA Cup's a long way to go. The Champions League is again, but I've got faith in this side. The new revitalised team, a different style of play in a way, new players, new experienced players. We can do it. There is some big news that we expected, and that is, to Manchester City fans, this was never going to be an easy moment. I am leaving the club the next transfer window, or this transfer window. I forever cherish our time together. 3 years in Manchester for Gigi. He's played in Italy, he's played in France, he's played in the Premier League, and now he makes the move to another one of the big European clubs. Because after all, Gigi Donnarumma to join Bayern Munich in a deal worth €155 million. Massive, massive profit from Manchester City on the goalkeeper. Well, it's Manchester City side after their win in the last one, in the 2 wins in the cup competitions. The side's quite complacent, so I've had to rotate it in the opening game of the season, which will be against Chelsea, to try and take the complacency out of it. So in comes Lakeba, Udogie in that left-hand side with Casanova and Livramento to make up the back 4. O'Reilly partners Captain Roger in the midfield 2. It's Phil Foden in the 10 with Cherki off the right, Vinny off the left, and Haaland through the middle. We've got Sangare, Carrizo, Nusa, Mukasa, Naipan, Aitnuri, Vardiol and Diamande on the bench, as well as Swords as well. Vincent Kompany's Manchester City are currently undefeated since he's been manager. They've got a new manager as well of Chelsea in Cordero. Not heard of him. I think he's some sort of regen manager. I think they have that on the game now. 100% record for Vincent Kompany. 2 trophies in his first 2 official games. And now we open the Premier League season against Chelsea away. A big game away at Stamford Bridge. Now, they haven't been good at all, Chelsea, throughout this series. They haven't, been challenging at the top. Maybe this year it changes with the transfers they made and so on. I don't exactly know who is in their side. But I don't expect that to be the case. It's probably going to be us, Liverpool and Arsenal once again going for the Premier League title. Let's see how Chelsea do line up. The front 3 of Chelsea is Garnacho, Jackson and Estevao. They've got Palmer, Dario Sugo and Moises Caicedo in midfield 3. Hato, former City man Nathan Ake, Levi Colwill and Ben White the back 4. And Philip Jorgensen starts on goal. The bench, you've got Adebayo, Romeo Lavia, Bertrame, Enzo Fernandez, Wesley Fofana, Liam Delap, Andre Santos, Chalobah and Robert Sanchez. Cole Palmer, Jackson, and behind to Estevao. And a doggy good defending by the former Spurs man. Well, Spurs haven't been good at all in this save. Nice move from Haaland here. Right to Vinny. Up to Haaland. Tries to knock it down to Phil Foden. Nice idea from Haaland there and Vinny. Didn't quite work out. Oh, nowhere to go. Back to the edge of the box here. Jackson, little back into Estevao. The doggy defending it. Estevao gets round him, but good defending by Lukeba. Shirky. Livramento. Rodri. Livramento. O'Reilly. Foden. Vinny. O'Reilly! Saved by Jorgensen away at the far post. Livramento back down to Shirky here. The doggy. Vinny. Across the box. Phil Foden! Oh, big save by Jorgensen. Rodri. Livramento. Shirky. Rodri. Back towards a doggy. In behind to Vinicius Jr. Vinny's in here! Oh, and Vinny puts it wide. Into Vinny. Haaland. White to Vinny against Ben White. Got Shirky in the middle as well. Vinicius Jr. Haaland. It's Rodri! Oh, what a save by Jorgensen. Away from Lukeba. Samov can't win it. The lap's still going in. Naipan there as well. Ball through to Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer! Save by Verbruggen. And away by Livramento. And Vinny can't win the header. Here's Estevao. Back into Palmer. Dealt with by Rodri. Vinny. Shirky, little back onto Haaland. Full-time whistle goes. Chelsea 0, Manchester City 0. We start the season all square, unable to get 3 points. I thought we were quite good there. We should have scored the chances we had against that Chelsea team. An apparent move away from Manchester City for Claudio Echeverri. He's not happy that he's not going to play enough this season. €45.5 million. I think that's a good deal for a player who's yet to really make any first-team appearances. He goes to Bournemouth, the fellow Premier League side. There is a buyback included in that deal. And Manchester United is certainly making moves in the market. They have signed Barcelona man Rafinha. $270,000 per week. I don't know what the transfer fee was. That is a big deal for them to bring in the Brazilian. And Christian McFarlane joins Everton on a 12-month loan till the end of the season, which is a good move for him. And Ruben Diaz is leaving the club. He moves for €66 million to Juventus to Italy, which I think is a really good move that suits his style. That is a good move for Diaz with 1 year left in his contract as well. City had to make the move, and the company wanted to move the defender on. We've made a lot of profit in the transfer window, and I thought to end the episode we'd just have a look at our spending and the players that we've sold after bringing them in and how much profit we've made in them. So you can see there Marmoush, Nico Gonzalez, Tajani Reinders, Donnarumma, Savinho, Echeverri and Rico Lewis, all those players that we've brought in over time. Actually not brought in by me in the transfer market. But on the right hand side you can see when we sold them how much we sold them for. So Donnarumma, €155 million, Reinders the same, Marmoush 125 to Barcelona, Savinho 115, Nico Gonzalez for 100 million, Lewis for 55 million, so that's pure €55 million profit. Echeverri 46. So you see Echeverri bought for 18, sold for 46. Lewis bought for nothing, sold for 55. Nico bought for 60, sold for 100. Savinho bought for 25, sold for 115. Donnarumma bought for 30, sold for 155. Reinders bought for, 55 million, sold for 155. Marmoush bought for 75, sold for 125. That's massive. So in fact, on those players, and these particular players we've picked out, we spent €263 million on those players. and we actually got in sales 551 million. That is crazy. It's a plus net profit of 488 million euros, nearly 500 million euros profit on 7 players there that we've brought in over the windows, and that shows how good we've actually operated in the market, and that allows us to make these big signs. Of course, we've bought in players not very expensive, that being said, but the likes of Diamande, Verbruggen, Doggy, Nusa, Suarez this season, brought those players in. What we can afford to do, and we've got a lot of money in the bank for maybe a big signing in the future of this career mode. I'm talking maybe next season in Season 5, depending how things go. Maybe we make a giant sign. I mean, Kylian Mbappe obviously is off the market. He's a Liverpool player in this series, isn't he? He's signed for Liverpool. But you understand what I'm saying. Maybe we can bring in someone crazy, because aside making that sort of profit, it shows how sustainable this football club has come. And it shows as well, bringing those young players in for cheap money and then selling them on for the profit in the future. That is a great business model. That ends today's episode. Thanks for watching. Please like the video if you're not already. Please do subscribe to the channel if you are new and you want to see these videos extended early. Join the We Are City Members Club. If you want to always see my opinions on Manchester City, then go ahead to Finalysis, where you can check them all out. We'll see you next time.